Hello, lovelies. Welcome to Lanmou Spiritual. I'm so glad to be back with you guys. We are doing a general reading for April 2020. I hope you guys are staying safe and taking precautions during this time. Please practice some self-care. Take some time away out for yourself. Okay, to meditate, to pray. Try to eat healthy food to build your immune system during this time, and stay inside, okay? Unless you absolutely have to, please stay inside. And we are going to some karmic time, right? We know 2020, right? Hindsight is 2020. A lot of us are going to a judgment time here. It's Judgment Day, and we know judgment is major arcana number 20, and we are in the year 2020, right? We have this whole astrological aspect of Pluto and Saturn conjuncting, and we have Mars now coming out to play as well. So there's a lot of energy happening, right? And Pluto actually is the card that I should say the judgment card is what represents Pluto in the tarot. So it's all tied up together, right? No matter which way you look at it, numerologically, astrologically, even looking at the tarot, the time of day, everything that's happening right now, we can see it playing out on every level. And it's the same thing, right? We are coming to a real understanding on a new way, on a way that cannot be escaped, that we are all in this together, which we should have already known, which most of us know. But there's knowing and there's knowing, right? What do we do with that knowing? So we are being called to task here. We are being called to task to pay attention, not just to ourselves, not just to our inner circle, not just to our community, not just to our, ethnic group or nationality even, but to pay attention to everything. Like we're all energy. Everything is connected. The water, the plants, the soil, nature, us, the animals, everything. We are all connected. We are all in this boat together. We are all in this planet together, and we have to learn to coexist in a much better way, right? In a way that's beneficial for all, in a way that's in the best and highest good of all. So let's see what message Spirit have for you guys, right? I like to, I in my readings, it's always a mixture of the spiritual message and the mundane message, right? As above, so below. We're going to try to get a little bit more of the spiritual message in there for you guys. And also, I want to encourage you to really try to build your immune system during this time, and reach out, help another if you can, not physically. If you know there's someone struggling out there, they have kids, they cannot afford to feed them, especially if they're out of work, they have to stay home. Please help out where you can. Just stay safe. And let's get started with your reading. We're gonna start out with Aries. Aries, this is your season. Let's see messages Spirit have for you, Aries. And before I started, I did meditate on your energy a little bit. I started for the meditation with a singing bowl for you guys. And I invite you to do the same as well as you wait for the message to come out. Okay, take some deep breath. All right, last one. Talking about karma. This is it, the World card. Saturn energy, okay? So, yeah, that's what we're all going through right now. Completion of a cycle. That's what the World card is all about. Completion of a cycle, and we're about to enter a new cycle. And we are right now in the middle of a transition process, okay, of leaving that old cycle to enter this new cycle. So we are getting the brunt of it, if you will. This is your situation. A lot of you Aries, you're feeling quite anxious, dealing with anxiety, sleepless night during this time, okay? Excuse me, I like to take the card with my right hand. And what do we have? We have the page, okay? The page of wands, starting anew, doing things in a new way, something perhaps you've already known, something perhaps you've done before prior. because the pages are also youthful energy. Some of you may be worrying about your children as well. Okay, there's a lot of worrying here, and that's what's causing it. At the foundation here, we have the Seven of Wands, needing to find courage, needing to stand up for your principles, needing to find your own inner strength, okay, to battle whatever's coming at you here. And here we have the best thing that you could do, a new beginning, to start over, the Ace of Wands. The Ace is that fresh new beginning, right? That spark of life. And we saw that World card, which is the completion of a cycle, which is the last major arcana, number 3, that came out. And then we are in the 3rd month, of course, major arcana number 21, that drills down to a 3, I should say. March is the 3rd month. We just passed March. We're entering a new cycle now. We are still in Aries season, and we see all that fire right now. We have 3 fire card already here for you, Aries. We have the Page of Wands, which is causing your central issue, which is a card of anxiety, with that 9 of Swords, Mars and Gemini energy, right? So there's a lot of anxiety about charting that new path, if you will, about perhaps doing things in a new way, perhaps leaving something behind. We see this page here is turning their back to what they've known, walking towards something new, walking towards the future here, walking towards the right. So there's something here. There's a new departure. There's a new pace, of things, if you will. And we have the 7 of Wands, again, more fire, needing to fight, not being afraid to jump into the crowd here, to fight with courage, one against the many, to fight with courage, because you believe, because of what you believe, to stand your ground, to fight for your principles, okay? So this is at the foundation of this. First of all, before you can fight for what you believe, before you can find that courage, you have to know what you believe, right? Before you jump into that fight, you have to have a very strong belief system as to what's important to you. So this is at the very foundation of this. What is important to us? So most of us, Aries, you know it. You already know it, because you are born like that, with such a strong a sense of self, should I say, with such strong identity as to who you are, what's important to you, and whatnot. So now this is the time, we're all being called to task here, to fight for those principles, to fight for those beliefs, to fight even for yourself, right? And here we have that Ace, which is the best thing that could happen, allowing that new beginning to take place, taking on this offer of doing things a new way, taking on this offer of a new spark of life, okay? And here we have, in the recent past, the Devil, yes, all the negativity, all the things that need to be let go, Capricorn energy, right? And we know Capricorns will by Saturn. But the Devil is not just a Capricorn card. The Devil is about career, the public face of the career, right? The things that we do that involves, you consider Capricorn, the goat, as the peasant, if you will. There's manual work, like the labor, the things that, the Capricorn is about, like labor, working hard, doing the hard work in order to get something, about being disciplined, right? Keeping up the schedule, making sure, all the T's are crossed, and all of this. That was in the recent past. And for some of us, we had a hard time with that, okay, with that hard labor. And for some of us, perhaps also there was some negativity in the past, some negative habits, some negative attachment, okay, some negative entities perhaps that were attached to us. This was in the past, and this is this anxiety. This is what we're trying to release here in that, with that central issue. And we can see that person here is rising up. This is the after tarot. They're rising up to slay that demon looking creature there. They're picking up one of the swords that have become a sword of worry and anxiety, one of the problems. Another one of those ideas that keeps you up at night. You're picking up one of the swords and slaying this figure here, okay? And that's necessary before you can move on. That's necessary to fight, first of all, that your thoughts, the anxiety, a mind can play tricks with us, right? To get your mind clear, to keep your mind sharp, to keep your mind to be able to receive the proper information, to process the information, so you can take the proper action based on this information. So we need to be clear-minded. And that's what you are doing. These are the central part of this issue. This is what you need to do right now, so you can leave behind this Devil energy in the past, okay? In the near present, Oh, in the near future, excuse me, here you are, the Emperor. Have you conquered or not? Yes, you have conquered, Aries. You have moved on from whatever it is that was creating issues, that was creating trouble, that was creating anxiety, whatever it is, that fight, that battle here at the foundation of this with that seven of wands, you have won it, okay? You have won it. You are really feeling yourself again. You are feeling a sense of authority over yourself, over your affairs, over your family, over your responsibilities. You are feeling quite abundant. You have set up that new foundation. You have taken the leap of faith, if you will, in accepting that offer, that new offer. Because the ones are about actions, right? They're about fire. This is like the soul energy. At the very soul, you like, so you're fighting for your own, like, for your own soul, if you will, like slaying that dragon, slaying the demon, the devilish attitude, to start something new, to accept something new, to set up a new foundation that's going to be very abundant, and at the very least that's going to allow you to be really in control of your life, okay? With that four, the major arcana number four pillars of society, the four directions, right? Foundation, the home, fourth house energy is about the home, right? The family. And the emperor, we know the emperor is the highest, as high as you can go. The emperor rules over all the kingdoms, right? He can cause in and take on the energy of all the kings because he rules over them. Very abundant energy here for you, Aries. Abundance is coming towards you because you are stepping into yourself, you are claiming your own power, and then you are about to chart a new way for you, okay, out of this. And here we have, this is how you're showing up as the Page of Swords. This is the you position. So some of you, Aries, you're not afraid to learn. You're not afraid to go back to basics, to freshen up your skills, okay? And also there's a need here for some of you to go back, to go back to the drawing board, to open up the books again, okay? Not just freshen up the skills, but also to get more information, okay? To keep our eyes on the prize, if you will, and to not be afraid to use that sword that's been given to us, that mind, that sharp mind that's been given to us to make decisions that is in alignment with our best interest, okay? With the Page of Swords, is always a sense of a warning for me, as that it's so important right now to not just get all the information that you can get, Aries, but also to pay attention for the possible pitfalls, okay? Because the Page of Swords call you to really, really, really like pay close attention to the small points, right? Not just the information that's given to you, not just the information that's available, but to take the extra mile. Like if you're signing a contract during this time, to ask all the questions that you can ask, if to perhaps even contact an attorney, right? A legal advice, to get legal advice, some expert in the matter, or even if it's just like, something you're trying to do, like, you're trying to get a settlement from work, for example, right? Some people, they're gonna be, companies are maybe, furloughing, offering different plans here, on how to deal with the sharp decline in demands that they will be experiencing. So you may want to talk with people perhaps that have gone through this in the past. Like, what would you advise? It's very important to pay attention, not just to what's you're being shown, but what's not being shown, right? To not just ask the questions, but to not just pay attention to what's being said, but also what's not being said, okay? With that Page of Swords here, and you're being very studious during this time, and you need to be, okay, to do your own due diligence, and not take everyone's words for what it is. This is the external factors, what's happening in your environment right now. King of Wands, oh my goodness. When I say sharp, you are sharp, Aries. You are sharp. Your intuition is also very sharp. You have the King of Wands and the Emperor here. This is a lot of fire energy for you. This is you really, really taking on, and even in your external environment, you're taking control, okay? You want it to be known that you're not just have total autonomy and authority over your own life. You want to be seen. And I don't even think, like Aries, that you are doing anything exceptional to appear as such, right? Or to even give the appearance as such. I feel like that's how you're going to be seen external environment, the people that you're around, they're going to see you as a leader. They're going to see you as at least they see you as that. So I feel like that's why for some of you coming into that emperor energy, that's why it's so important here. That's the bridge between the central, what's been happening, what's occurring right now, what you can do, and what's in that area, right? That's the bridge here. The that emperor energy here, finding finding again your own higher selves, right? Standing tall, right? In your own what should I say, in your best self, right? Putting your best foot forward. That's the expression, putting your best foot forward, right? And I feel like people are gonna see you as that. You're gonna be spotted as a leader amongst you, even if it's just your family, even if it's within your community, for whatever it is that you provide, even if it's a sense of calm, right? Even though you may not be feeling like that inside, but that's how you're seen. Do you understand? Like, even if it's for someone who's very resourceful, you're going to be seen as such, as that king of one, someone who's in power, someone who's multi-faceted, who has a lot of different skill set that can be used. Okay, this is very beautiful here for you, Aries. And boom, there you go, the magician. Of course, the magician. This is like your hopes and fear. You wanting to know that you can manifest this new year that's being offered to you. If that's not what you want, even if that's what you want to know you can have a certain level of control over it. You want to take that new beginning, and you will take that new beginning, Aries. But you want that new beginning, you want it to have your own flavor. You want to be able to put your own flavor in it, right? You want to be able to manifest what's happening. You want to be able to have, through your own prayers, your own manifestation, to say, okay, how do I feel about it? How am I going to feel about this? This is the cup, right? Because it's about emotions and feelings, right? What are the resources, my resources that I want to employ in this? And am I going to be able to receive the rewards from this? And how do I want to receive the rewards? What kind of rewards do I expect out of this new beginning, out of accepting this new beginning, out of doing things differently, right? So this is a karmic situation. And for a lot of you, Aries, during this time, you're going to tap on into your own Akashic record, if you will. You're going to tap on into your own inner resourcefulness, inner a source of energy source, right? To go back even prior life cycles, to get information, to get access to this extra thing that other people may not have, that you may not even understand how you're getting it, because you are the magician, because you can access what not just what you are working with, not just the resources that are right here on earth, on the physical realm, but also you can raise that hand, you can raise that magic wand, right, to access what's available also above, right, in the upper realm, through your own manifestation, through your own prayers, through your own sheer will and connection with the divine resource, which is not something that happens just in the out of the void. That's something you cultivate, and you've been cultivating. That's something that you've been tending to, that relationship. Okay, and that's what you are counting on, to be able to do that, to still exercise that magic wand, to manifest that new beginning in connection with the universe, in connection with the divine. That's just absolutely gorgeous, Aries. And here we have your outcome, the Queen of Swords, of course, the Queen of Swords. There you are, Aries, taking charge. Okay, cutting those things that no longer serve you, i.e. that devil energy from the past, allowing that transformation to take place. We see this butterfly at the tip of the sword. This is the butterfly that says transformation. I yield that sword, and with that sword of clarity, with that sword of knowledge, of information, of clarity and truth, I will allow things to transform for the best and highest good of all involved, of course. And if things must be cut, I will not hesitate to cut them. And for those of you who come in peace, I also have a friendly hand extended. We can see the hand here. And do we see, Aries? You are getting your knowledge, your information, as we see that bird flying from above, is coming from above, your inspiration. That sense of authority that you're feeling right now, it's being inspired from above. Like that's what I felt with that magician energy. You having cultivated that and that relationship with the divine. That's what you can count on, okay? And at the bottom, oh, beautiful Ace of Swords, okay? For those of you, there's also this new beginning, that this new spark of life in the spring season here, as we're all going through this whole pandemic, difficult pause, if you will, throughout the world, where we're all being asked to stay home. That some of you that have been working on things, or that have been putting things in the back burner, it seems kind of like it's all of these things are going to be coming up to the forefront, because we're going to be asked to revisit, what do I believe in? What exactly is important to me? And how much am I willing to work to fight? How much courage am I willing to spend on those things that are so important to me? And hence start the new beginning, okay? The journey. That journey that's going to bring you to a higher version of self, because you are standing for what you believe, because you are facing your true north, because you are living your purpose, your ultimate purpose. Taking charge as the Queen of Swords, that's the outcome. Taking charge and allowing that transformation to take place, and understanding that transformation is not just you doing that transformation. It's in connection with the universe. It's in connection with God. It's in connection with the divine, right? And here we have the Ace of Cups. It's love, and we see again it's another bird flying out of that heart, right? That cup of love, and we see that initial. That's like it look like an upside down M, or you could read it as a W even. So for those of you that have this initial, that's even greater importance to you. The love message here is also to not be anxious. If there was someone in your life, had a lot of negativity, you are in a relationship where there was a lot of infighting, there was codependency, or perhaps someone was suffering from certain addiction, especially in regards to their job. Because when I saw that the devil card here, I was thinking so much about the job, someone's work ethics that's kind of like a little bit too much, that's put them out of balance. Just know that all the anxiety you suffered because of this, and because you were able to perhaps even fight against the people that were coming at your relationship, or perhaps fight the different things and entities and all those things that were thrown at you, like because you still standing, you still the last man standing, you're gonna get the rewards, okay? You're going to receive the offer, the ultimate offer of love for a lot of you. There's gonna be a lot of passion as well. And for some of you Aries, because this is the bridge here, it may be that an older person that's coming together to bring you two together, okay? Or it may be that your person that you're dealing with is also an older person, or it's someone who's also have a lot of fire energy, okay, in their chart, especially for those of you feminine energy that are watching this. If you're masculine, maybe someone that's that may be a little bit older, or that have a lot of responsibility, that I have had to deal with a lot of responsibility, that were not always showing up their feelings, their emotions, their true intentions for the relationship. I feel like this is going to transform, where a new love offer is going to be presented to you. That's going to be it's going to be a real transformation in your relationship, in the way you see love, in the way you see your person, in the way you view the kind of relationship that you could have, okay? I'm going to take a clarification for you on that Ace of Wands, Aries. Oh, okay, this is the Four of Pentacles that really wanted to come out. Like, as I'm shuffling, didn't want to go back in. So for a lot of you, that Ace of Wands, it's about work. Okay, it's about lighting the torch to start a new beginning, a new foundation in regards to your pentacles, your resources, the physicalities. Your pentacles is not just about money, it's about the physical world, things that are tangible, whether it's your career, whether it's the places that you frequent, like, you know, where you live. There's a new foundation here that you're being called to set for yourself, okay? The way you think about material things. Okay, there's a new beginning here in that aspect. I'm going to take one more on that Ace of Wands for you, Aries. Clarification on the Ace of Wands for Aries. We have a new setting here, guys. I'm just on the other side of the room. I'm just on the other side of the room on my regular desk. The other one is more like my my craft and sewing desk. I usually do the readings in, but I'm more on my regular desk right now. and I hope that you still can see the images clearly and you're still enjoying it. And so here we have the Page of Pentacles. Again, a new beginning, a new way of doing things, a new way of working on things, staying laser focused, right, on the rewards and on the goals, right, with that page here. Not being afraid to start anew. For some of you, you may want to start a new career. You may want to start something completely new. You may want to even like even if you're not starting a career altogether, you just want to do it in a different way, okay? Because the pages, like the aces, are new things, like brand new things are being offered to you. But the pages, it's kind of like a freshing up, like a new way of doing things, like, right? So it's a career that you're already familiar with, or like you just graduated, like you're about to start the workforce, which would be a very like difficult time right now to start the workforce. Or you've been working, you know, let's say in accounting, and then now you, with this whole pandemic, you are grounded, you're at home, perhaps you're not considered an essential worker. So you're trying to see how you can use your skill set to start something new, perhaps your own business, right? To set up a new foundation, a new financial foundation for yourself, okay? Let's see here. We're going to get some clarification on the Page of Swords for you, Aries. That Page of Swords is very loaded. It can mean so many different things. And you're all showing up at that Page of Swords. And there's the things of focus as well with that Page of Swords. Look at the way he's looking. There's a storm brewing, right? We can see, let me show you just the Page of Swords. You can see the trees are wavering. We see the people walking. They don't, that page doesn't even see it, right? Their eyes is just like so laser focused. It's like they're on the watch here. They're watching for the storm. They're like the community watchmen, if you will. There's a group coming towards them, not even turning to look, like laser focus here. And here we have the the Three of Wands. That's the first card that came out for you. And this is to, by the way, to clarify the Page of Swords, which is in the U position. And of course come the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is the Sun in Aries card. So yes, this is you. This is about you, about you, who you are, about you focusing on yourself, about you focusing on what's important to you, about you doing your due diligence, about you choosing your path, okay? Knowing that you've done everything you could do, and knowing that things are about to change, that you are manifesting something here, you are creating something here, okay? To know that you understand the ebb and flow of the universe. You're just kind of like waiting for that storm to pass, to kind of like seize the moment and hit the ground running. This is so beautiful here. One more on the Page of Swords for you, Aries. One more on the Page of Swords. Yes, you, Aries, you're very focused during this time. And this is the Five of Cups. And you guys know I do not keep my cards in reverse. And this one flew out in reverse. So it wants to come out in reverse. So a lot of you are coming out of a place of depression, of sleepless night, of disappointment, of looking at the glass half empty. You know, woe me, woe me. You're getting out of this situation. You're getting out of those thoughts, this anxiety, okay? Especially in regards to love. If you had some disappointment in love, and you've been kind of like been speaking your truth, okay? You are expecting an apology. You're expecting someone to communicate some truth to you. Just know, like, you have to maintain your own self-esteem, okay? You have to stand your ground in this regard and expect whatever is yours will come back to you. There's no point in being anxious. There's no point in feeling like you're not deserving. There's no point in thinking that nothing good will come of this, because there's two cups are still standing behind. So the disappointment is passing during this time, okay? Aries, you're coming out of this. And I feel I have to take one for you, a clarification on that Queen of Swords. And I don't mind this readings being a little bit longer than usual, because I will not be doing the weekly reading like I usually do for you guys. I'll do probably like another long one at mid-month, and I will post random general reading for the collective throughout the month, and perhaps some live reading. I notice you guys don't really enjoy the live readings or watch them, so I kind of like slowed down on that, but I so enjoy doing them, so I may do a few of those. But this is the 10 of Wands. This is like literally you taking charge of the situation, letting go of burdens, understanding the things that you want to take on and the things that no longer serve you, that you have to release, okay? The 10 of Wands is completion, okay? The 10 of Wands is about releasing heavy burdens, the things that are kind of like crushing us, those responsibilities that we take on, those notions that we take on, those identities that we take on that are not even serving us, and that are kind of like causing more harm than good. So you're going to allow that transformation to take place. You're going to take charge of it. And part of taking charge when in regards to responsibilities is also knowing how to delegate. What can I pass on to that person? Do I have to do everything? No, you don't. Right? That's one of the things that we are all learning as a collective. No matter how important you think you are, right? Even the doctors, they have to take breaks that are so needed now. Like, right? We have to have a system that allow them. Yes, they're saving lives where they're not compromising themselves. Because at the end of the day, who's going to help out? And at the end of the day, when this is all over with, we still need doctors. There's still a lot of people that were sick before this virus that still need medical attention, right? Think about all those people that have chronic conditions, or cancer patients. They still need, like, this expertise, like, they still need that same level of care. So it's really knowing how to keep things balanced, right? To take on what we can take on, not to feel like, oh, I'm so essential, I'm going to break my back with this heavy burden and I have to go. Guess what? So many people who call themselves like, oh, I'm such high valued employee, or like, it's okay, you can stay home. The world is not gonna fall apart. The best thing that could happen probably is nature taking over, right? But like, seriously though, it's kind of like us understanding that we don't have to take on everything. We just don't have to take on everything. There is plenty to go around in terms of responsibility, but as well as the rewards for us to learn to share. And sharing not just responsibility and rewards, but especially knowledge. I feel like there's so much knowledge that's kept in. Like, there are certain, like, I don't know if have you guys ever had this experience where you go for a job, you prepared for that job, you studied hard for that, to get into that career, and then you get onto the position and you're like, I really did not need to go to have like a whole 4-year degree and post back degree to do this. Like, this is something like you have to be trained for. Yes, it shows you have discipline, but that's a different way of showing that. You know what I mean? Like, things need to be streamlined a little bit. I feel like we're getting away because everything is so profit-based. Like, I feel like there's so many things, like, people, especially in the information age, like, you don't need to drive to campus like 5 days a week in order, for 4 years to get a bachelor degree that you're going to basically, so most people don't even use. Like, they get a job that's not even in their field of study. So this is the kind of things, especially when it comes to the knowledge, we really have to open things up a little bit to be more of an open society. The things that are good, not just the things that are bad, like, So Aries, oh, the 2 of Wands. Yes, new path choosing, right? This is the Ace of Wands here. We have the best thing that could happen. You're going to make the choice. Oh, and we already knew that because I saw that Emperor here. I know you've made the choice. You made the right choice for yourself. That's how you become the Emperor. You come into the highest version of yourself that you can be. And look what, this is a vice versa tarot, by the way. There's depiction in both sides of the card. And look what we have here. On one side, we have the 2 of Wands. So much fire energy. We have the Ace. We have the 2. We have the 4, we have the 7 of Wands, we have the Page of Wands, we have the King of Wands, and of course the Emperor, and we have the 3 of Wands. It's almost like and the 10 of Wands. My goodness, Aries. Like, and I don't even count the Magician as part of it, being the number 1, and we are the first sign. A lot of times the Magician is assigned to the Aries energy, but it's kind of like there's so much fire energy here. You are in a moment where you're feeling your own energy, your own essence, your true essence of like being pushed by that fire energy, with soul purpose, okay, with being pushed towards action and passion, the things that you're passionate about. This is like so beautiful. And as I'm saying, that 33 was just coming on here, meaning that you are being guided by the ascended masters during this time as well, okay. It is a very auspicious time for you, Aries, where you're stepping into power. It's almost like you've been waiting for this, like the page of swords. Like, I know something is coming. You already knew the storm was brewing. You've been waiting for this. You've been you've been studying. You've been keeping your, like, a low profile. Like, you were not distracting by what's happening around you and the people around you. It's almost like you're waiting. You are like, I know this storm is coming, but I'm going to stand right here with my eyes planted on what's coming after the storm. You're not running away from the storm. You're not scared of it. You're just standing there about to almost like weather the storm. You're weathering the storm because you know there's something on the other end of it. The disappointment will pass. The sadness will pass. The burden will pass. You're just waiting for your ship to arrive. Like, that's another definition here of the Three of Wands. The communication as well, right? So the page of swords is also a card of communication. The three, usually third house, Mercury energy, is also about communication and also travel. There is something here happening, and for some of you, it may be you need to travel, or your person in regards to emotions needs to travel, or you're waiting for that person to travel. And once that travel happens or that communication takes place, that's what's going to allow you to step out of that Five of Cups energy. Okay, we're going to take a Women's Oracle card for you, Aries. Let's see what message Spirit has for you. This is the, ooh, okay. We have a lot of things coming up here. And we have separation. What did I just say just now? We're talking about separation. Your person coming towards you. For a lot of you, that may be the case. I'm trying to find, there's a glare here. Okay, it says here, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Some of you may be right now in quarantine from your partner. Maybe there's a time of separation, especially for those of you that don't live together. But also for those of you that, like, someone is coming back from a trip, or you're waiting for someone to come back. It may be that you need to separate during this time, okay? Or you're that separation has already happened, and you are kind of like waiting for you guys to come out of separation. And here we have, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations, okay? Soulmate may differ. And then the last card you had that fell face up on the table is passion. And it was in reverse, but I don't usually read those Oracle card in reverse. It says, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Keep an open mind and allow your heart, let the passion flow through, getting to know each other. Yes, I truly feel like, Aries, for some of you, you are coming out of separation with someone. This is kind of a strange time to do so, but you are coming out of separation from someone, whether it's an emotional separation. You end up, and your person might have been living in the same house, but you're not connecting anymore. You're in separation. You're living different lives, separate lives. You're not, like, romantically involved with each other. You're just kind of like, you're just there, right? There's no real connection. I feel like for some of you, you're about to start reconnecting again with your person, perhaps because both of you are stuck in the house and you have to pay closer attention to your kids on the daily, like, basically in the hour. And that's going to allow you to keep an open mind, to look at that person, to give them a chance, to look at that person with a different set of eye almost, right? And to allow that passion to come back, right? To experience that passion again in your relationship. And it says, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. There's a real sense here to get to know each other, especially if you've known each other for a long time. You've been living together, married for a long time, and you've gone kind of like, there's been a separation, there's been some kind of like a disharmony in the relationship. It's almost like you have to get to know that person again, because we don't remain the same. We change constantly. With every experience, we gain a new layer. Not so much like you change as a person, but the way you see things, your perspective. It's like the more you know, if I didn't know anything about a certain subject, like, yesterday, and I just learned about that subject and how it may affect my family, it may affect my loved ones, that changes your perspective, right? On how you would answer a question in regards to, well, would you allow your loved one to travel right now, to go to the beach, to go to on vacation to Florida? No, because I know that all those kids that just came back from spring break, like they're testing positive, like, you know what I mean? So we are constantly changing. Like, your reaction may become very strong about something based on an experience or a memory of an experience or whatnot. So it's always important to remain engaged in your relationship, to constantly getting to know each other, to keep that connection intact. connect. And I feel like for some of you, that's what's going to happen. It might not be a physical connection. Perhaps for some of you, it may be an emotional separation that was there, that now that you are reconciling. Okay, let's see. Let's get a spiritual advice for you. That was quick, flew out. At the bottom of the deck, what do we have here? This is the Work Your Light. I love this deck so much. And it says, Keepers of the Earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand behind you. Keepers of the Earth. Yes, Aries. I think it was the last message, the last reading I did for you, Aries, where I was telling you that you have a big responsibility, you have a big role in regards to what happens next, right? That new beginning, that new cycle that we all as a collective will be experiencing. You have a big responsibility there. And I'm not surprised this card show out for you, Keepers of the Earth. You have a spiritual role in all of this, okay? Like we are the first sign, we are the starter, right? The Ace of Wands energy, like gets like that spark of life. And I feel like, Aries, it's gonna become more and more clear to you and what is that role and how to undertake that role. Okay, that's why during this time, when I keep saying take some time for yourself, if you don't usually take bath, take some long bath. If you can just walk circle around your house, around your room, around your property, like, you know, if you can just like just lay down, you know, if you feel like you need to take a quiet moment, just lay down. If you just through reading, journaling, just write, like take some moments, take some time with yourself, for yourself, so those messages can come through, because you will be receiving messages. Okay, you are manifesting, you're a master manifester. You're not just manifesting here on the ground. I feel like spirit is also manifesting into you. Do you understand? I feel like there's a real investment being made into you, Aries, into you to take on that role, okay? And here we have your card, the Initiation. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Goosebumps. Can you guys read it? The Initiation. Yes, you are being initiated out of the darkness. You see, it's like you're in a cave, Aries, through that initiation. It's like the hangman being upside down, the shaman being buried underground, right? Jesus spending 40 days and nights in the mountains alone, coming out of the darkness, out of that devilish energy, stepping into the light. Look at the synchronicity between that light that you're stepping into, the green and pink and purple hue that we see as the light seeping through. You understand? After that initiation, coming out of the darkness to step into here, to be the keepers of the earth, because you have been preparing. That's what we keep saying. We have been preparing. You have been building that relationship. The spirit has been prepping you for this role, okay? Rite of passage, crossing the threshold, indeed. And let's not forget, this is a world card that jumped out while we're shuffling. Okay, like closing that cycle. We are the keepers of the earth. We have been trained and preparing for this role. We are now crossing the threshold to step into the light, right? We almost can see the light at the end, outside of the cave, but not completely there yet, right? We're still inside the cave. This is a view from inside the cave, looking outward, knowing that we have a job as keepers of the earth to start a new way that's bright and beautiful and abundant for everyone. Not just for some, not just for a few, but for everyone, right? Something that's gonna be balanced here. This is just so beautiful. I'm so like, oh, I'm so encouraged. Yes, these messages are coming to you a little bit late, but I always tell you guys, I do take my time with this. I don't rush it. I don't do it because I feel like I have to do it. I want to be completely balanced. I want to be in the right energy. I want to give you the message as they come, as clearly as possible, and with full of love and light. And I hope you're receiving it that way. This is your message for April, Aries. I'll see you at mid-month. We will suspend our weekly reading for now because there's so many moving parts. I don't want to promise you guys and it's late and I feel like, no, like, so we're going to do it bi-weekly for now, and I will feeling in between, okay, where we used to do those weekly reading, like, you know, I will come through with a live reading and just post like a general collective message, okay. As I've been getting a lot of messages through dreams, and that it started like since last year, really. I always get messages, but I can see, I can connect all the dots now. I can connect all the dots now. So we'll stay in touch, and please leave a comment, like, subscribe if you enjoy the reading, if you get something out of it. I'll see you guys soon. Until then, remember, only love is will. Bye.